Hi beauties, I'm glad to see you again. It's been several weeks since I filmed a tutorial because of, life, holidays, life. Had a rough couple weeks, my grandfather passing, and that's never easy. So, and of course there were some details that makes everything worse. So I'm sure you understand, families aren't perfect. So anyways, I have something new for you today. It's actually inspired by another member in the group I'm running, the private group on Facebook, encouraging yourself to be your most beautiful you. Nicole paired two eyeshadow colors together that I, as Miss Matchy Matchy, would not have necessarily tried on my own. And the result was just like stunning. It's like a neutral stunning. It is so beautiful. So I played around with it because she asked which lipstick color she should wear. She didn't like what she had chosen with it, and she wasn't sure where to go with it. So I played around with it and found a lip color, and I just loved the look. So I wanted to share it with you, and this is kind of actually like 2-in-1 because I'm going to show you the look, and I'm also going to show you a trick with your eyeliner and eyelashes that I have been playing around with too. So you kind of get 2-in-1. So let's get started. I first want to show you my new setup. I don't know if I can move this camera here. It's a massive makeup box, which I bought for myself for Christmas. My other one was half that size, and this one's just so cool. And I didn't even know it did this because I bought it on Amazon. I'd had this brand, but it was the other size. But this even has like little elastics to hold your brushes, which is really cool. I'm not really sure, they didn't really think this through though, because they don't have big enough elastics to put the bigger brushes through here. So that's a little bit silly to me, but it all closes up and it's just super, super cool. So now I have lots of room for my makeup because I only keep my favorites in here because that's all I have room for. So now I have room for more. I'm going to move this out so I don't spill it. This is my water to make for the eyeliner because I'm not in a kitchen, or excuse me, a kitchen. I don't put my makeup on in the kitchen. I'm not in the bathroom. So, and then I need my mirror because I don't have a mirror in front of me. This is, I use like a magnifying mirror so I can see what I'm doing. Because it's like, I mean, I have a nice iPhone, but the screen is, this big. So, okay. You're going to need Peach Silk, Brown Sugared Rose Drop eyeshadows, Cleopatra's Kohl to make eyeliner, and then your Exotic Beauty Mineral Mascara, which I don't remember even what color mine is. Midnight. Okay. I have the navy one, and the blue is going to brighten the whites of your eyes and make you look a little less tired. And then you're going to need your eyelash curler. This is mine. It's by Japanesque, I guess is how you pronounce it. I hate the normal ones that you can buy anywhere. I attempted to do those, and that's why I never used an eyelash curler for the longest time, because my eyes are so deep set I couldn't get it in there unless I wanted to just pinch my whole eyelid. Not really. So this is great because you can, it's so like delicate, you can get it in there. That's why I need the mirror too, because I can't see what I'm doing. And then I did not like blush with this look for my coloring, but you could totally put on a blush if you want to. And I'm going to use Ardent Beauty lipstick. And tips, if you have any loose powder that drops on your cheeks, you can use your Elite powder brush. And then if you get any mascara where you don't want it, or eyeliner where you don't want it, use a Q-tip to remove it. So let's get started. Let me move this back because I forgot to move it back. Let's see if I get, whoop. Uh-oh, my stand just unlocked. Oops. So how did I turn this the first time? Okay. Technical difficulties. Okay. So, base eyeshadow brush and Peach Silk. Here it is. I'm going to tap it into your lid. And then pat onto your eyelid. a trick, pat it. It's going to deposit more pigment. Although an interesting thing to note, because I'm so fair-skinned, I have to use a lot of lighter eyeshadow to stand out. Whereas if you're darker than me, you probably don't have to use as much as I do. Because it'll be more contrast against your skin, so that's why it'll stand out more. Sweep it under the eye just to make it look finished. So I've already done my basic face that I always do, the Nourish Primer, face primer, and then my foundation, which is no longer alabaster because as I've been healing my skin and everything, and skin brushing, I've gotten even paler, which I didn't know was possible since I was already one shade lighter than mainstream levels for foundation. So I have more than that now. So I am now 3 shades lighter than conventional foundation because I had to make something 2 shades lighter than what I was already making. So I still haven't settled on a name for it. I don't even know if anybody else is going to buy it, but you know, I'll make it available. So let's see here. Got that on? Okay. So hold on, I have a text in front of my screen, of course. I don't get contacted often, but when I do, it's right in the middle of a tutorial, of course. Now you need your crease brush. And you're going to use Brown Sugared Rose Drop, which is the most magical color ever because you can use it as a highlighter. You can use it when you build color. You can use it like a darker eyeshadow. You can use it as an accent color. I mean, you can just do whatever you want with it. So I'm putting my darker color in my outer third, and then I'm jerked and missed outer third, and then like the brow bone crease area. My eyes are deep set, so I tend to raise my eyebrows just a tad to get the pigment up just a tad higher, just so it can be seen. Of course I dropped some crumbs there. This is actually this tutorial, practicing for this tutorial. I realized, use your powder brush, see the speckles? I realized it had been 3 weeks since I wore like full on eye makeup, so wow. So let's see, you can blend it with your finger or a Q-tip or your brush. I actually typically use my brush, but I didn't have a tissue to wipe off the extra eyeshadow, and something just landed in my eye. Oops. Of course. Right in the middle of the tutorial. Stuck to my contact. Okay, got it. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just creating a little bit of depth to my eyes. That's all I'm doing. And it's very, like, natural. And you can, of course, make it as deep and as, or as light as you want. If you use eye primer, it's going to make it a little deeper. Okay, so now there's that. I'd like to show you your tip for your eyeliner. Let me look if my eyes are, they don't look balanced. There we go. Sometimes though, it's like the angle of your hand. Sometimes it's the angle of the lighting. There we go. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist too. So, where's my eyeliner pencil? Here it is, right in front of me. I can't see it. Okay, so you want your eyeliner pencil. You want the detail one. And you're going to, you know, get it wet. So, this is how you make your powder eyeshadow into liner. So I have extra here. This is so I don't waste it. I just let it dry before I close it, because otherwise it'll grow something. So I've already had some powder in here, but you tap a little bit, couple little crumbs into the lid. Oh my goodness. look at that. You get your brush wet, and then you keep swirling it around until you get, you know, the texture you want. The wetter it is, the more precise you have to be. So it just depends on what you want. However, the wetter you get, the thinner the line can be. So what we're doing is we're making the illusion that the base of your lashes is thicker than it is. Trying to figure out how to hold my mirror. I really can't hold my mirror. I need both hands for the eyeliner. Ooh, okay. Well, it won't work. Well, I guess I'll just use my phone this time. So we're putting it on the base of the lashes. So you're going to take like your pinky and kind of pull up, and I want to bring forward just so I can see what I'm doing. And you're drawing on the base of your lashes. Here it is. Here it is. There. I don't know if you can hear anything in the background. I have my toddler watching Sesame Street. So that way she won't interrupt the tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to try it this way. So I really feel like I can't get what I want. It's a little harder to do it this way. But the method I was doing works better if you're not trying to look at a 3-inch width screen. So, anyway, I need more on the brush. I do a little at a time on the brush, so that way I make less mess if I make a mistake, you know. And I tend to make my mistakes usually during my tutorials, which is wonderful. Okay, so if you notice, I look like I might have some mascara on or something, but I don't, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to do the other eye now. This method is called tightlining, but I have adjusted it because a lot of tutorials you see about tightlining, like, lines your whole eye. Like, you're a lioness or something. There's nothing wrong with feeling like a lioness, but rimming your whole eyes in black does not typically make them look larger. It makes them look smaller. So you basically want to go to the point where your lashes stop, or start, or whatever you want to say, and then go to where your lashes end, rather than going all the way around. Like, they say to tightline in here and everything, and it just looks like, I don't know what, when it was popular, the 80s or 90s or something, when that's what people only did, was put on eyeliner like that. It was like, okay. At least the girls in my area did that, and it was certainly not very attractive. It looked very harsh. So basically I've just kind of pressed it. But it's easier if you have a bigger mirror. You can hold it with your other pinky, and then you use the tip of the brush and you draw it on there. Okay, so I've already like thickened it. Okay, so now here's the cool trick I made up on the bottom. Okay, you don't need much to do this because typically lashes are sparser on the bottom anyway, so you don't need as much. So basically I'm like lightly dotting at the base of where the eyelashes grow. You can barely see anything, and that's the point, because you really don't want to look like you have polka dots. I'm not really sure that's a look anybody would want to look for, but you never know. To each their own, right? And you always have one eye that acts a little bit better than the other. My right eye on the top always looks better. Excuse me, my left eye on the top always looks better. My right eye on the bottom always looks better. I don't even know what I just said. Okay, so this eye on the bottom always looks worse than this one, and this eye on the top always looks better than this one. So they're reversed. But you'll always find something like that for you, so don't feel bad. Okay, so if anything doesn't look quite right, if you feel like you got too much in one spot, you can take a Q-tip and just soften it, okay? And it just softens it for you. Because all we're doing is just highlighting, you know, the base of our lashes. I did this the other day with 0 eye makeup on, and it made my eyes look incredible. I'll put a picture of that day too at the end of this video, so that way you can see what it looks like without eyeshadow on. So now I need mascara. I knew I needed something. I distract myself sometimes when I'm doing a tutorial. So as always, you swirl it. Hear the stick hitting. Hear the brush hitting. There we are. Okay. I feel like I've got a hair in my eye, so hold on a second. Yeah, I do. I had a hair curling into my eye. Okay, so here's another tip I've learned. Wiggle for the first coat. Kind of like wiggle the brush back and forth. It really deposits more mascara on the first coat than usual. It doesn't seem to work for like subsequent, there we go, that's the word I wanted, coats, because it seems to like grab it too much and then pull it off. But it's really good for the first coat, and you can wiggle it on the bottom too, and I wiggle it on every coat on the bottom. But my lashes are so long it just starts taking off mascara because it grabs it. So remember, this is all natural mascara. It doesn't have the staying power of like the sticking power of conventional mascara, because the sticking power in the conventional mascara lies in the ingredient of road tar. You know, and road tar is designed to stay put. Okay, and that's why when you use conventional mascara, your lashes start getting shorter and everything, because it adheres to the hair, and then as you try to scrub it off, the hairs are brittle and so they break. And this is not what my mascara does. It will moisturize and nourish your lashes, that way they can grow more and they will not break off your lashes. And I just found the hair that was stuck. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. Let each coat dry. Let me get the extra crumbs off. Okay. So I'll wait a few seconds for that. I just washed my hair, so it's a little bit clumpy still. I like it a little softer than that. So anyway, I'd love to hear what you say about these tips and everything, and these colors or this combination. Maybe let me know like what combinations you use. And now my ring is stuck in my hair. Here we go, got it. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I will also include a link to the private Facebook group, because what we do in there is we post our victories of taking care of ourselves. This is Ardent Beauty lipstick, by the way. Let it warm up on your lips to soften, and then you can put it on. We encourage one another in our victories of taking care of ourselves, which may or may not include wearing makeup. Not always, you know. There's more than one way to take care of yourself other than wearing makeup. So I share self-nourishment tips, and we encourage one another. And I might share like some secrets of like maybe what I'm releasing soon, or I may ask you help for like naming a product or something, you know, so, or ask you like what color I should make next or whatever. So I'll include a link for that for you. So there's Ardent Beauty lipstick. And if you're new to Redeeming Beauty Minerals, as you just saw, the more you put on, the darker it got. So you can like make 3 to 5 different shades, which is lipstick color. Excuse me, which is kind of fun. So I'm going to do my second coat of mascara now. I usually do about 3 coats just because I don't have thick lashes. I have long lashes, but I don't have thick ones. So I prefer to make them look thicker. Okay, so now, time to just add mascara to them. Go against the way that your lashes go. Your lashes go this way. I forgot to curl them. Too late now. If they go this way, you're going to want to bring your brush this way. It allows a little bit of pushback of your lashes. Is going to make more mascara adhere to your lashes easily rather than have to fight with it. But I also have very fair and delicate lashes, so you may not have some of the challenges I do, and that's totally fine. Wonderful for you, right? Okay, so looks like I'm not wearing eyeliner, right? And if you look at most tightlining tutorials, they look like Nala from The Lion King. If you happen to remember that movie, I don't know. I liked watching The Lion King growing up. So I will put one more coat on, and I was telling you about my group. I'll include a link that you can get to. And trying to think if there was something else I was gonna say. There was, but now I don't remember what it was. I wish I'd remembered to curl my eyelashes and show you how that worked. Oops. Let me put a little bit more mascara on. You can leave more mascara on the brush if you're wanting to make sure it grabs. It's just the first coat doesn't work real well if there's a lot of mascara on your brush. Okay, how does it look to you? Yeah, I have very long lashes. See, they're just not very thick. So I have to build the thickness. Okay, so last time. And like I said, I don't prefer blush with this look. I really can't tell you the reasoning behind that, but I don't. But that doesn't mean you can't. If you're looking for maybe like a color you're not sure what color to put with it. Let's see. I tend to kind of match colors to some extent, so I wouldn't put a very pink color with this. That's just my own opinion. Snapdragon is pretty neutral, and let's see, since we used peach silk eyeshadow, you could probably also do sugared peach or pinched. Pinched might be a little too peachy and intense. Sugared peach is more, it's lighter. And since you have a lot of color on your eyes, it feels like, and a lot of color on your lips, you may want less blush on. I know that's always the case with me because I feel like I like one spot where you're like your eyes get drawn to. So sugared peach, maybe wine because it's a little bit more subdued neutral. It's too dark for me personally on my own complexion. But you know, most of you are darker than me, so you know. It may work perfectly fine for you. There we go. The way that lighting is shows it looks like my eyelashes are different, but they're the same when I look in the mirror. There we go. So I will show pictures at the end of before and after. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say after you try this. And I look forward to seeing you next time and hearing from you. So thank you so much. And remember that beauty is more than skin deep.